the club. I was gonna start this earlier, but I mean, my dumbass was just like, you know what? I'm gonna wait almost 2 hours for my pizza, and I was gonna stuff my face too.
These coaches like to win, and I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Right out the gate! Yo! Oh my god! It's fucking amazing.
Down as a 99-yard kick return, as his guys are able to strike first.
I'm so happy.
This opening quarter.
Just right out the fucking gate.
So how about that? You want to talk about coming into a hostile environment and just silencing the crowd? They just did it.
Couldn't be a better start. There's no way. All week long, they've talked about having this type of a start, but I think they looked at it from the offensive team's perspective. You know, get the opening kickoff. You guys control the ball. A lot of people are now going to say, okay, now your offense, will they be out of whack? No, not at all. They're going to be absolutely happy. They're relaxed. They took care of business for them. They don't have any pressure now. They can just go play.
The point after is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So how about that for an intriguing start? The opening kickoff of the ball game, return for a touchdown. So let's try this again after the kick return TD. Here's yet another kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone.
Oh, he's gonna fucking kneel. What a bitch.
This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
50 to Mike, 50 to Mike. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
That looks like a run.
Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Though certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. And now it's Rosen looking. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get... The Chiefs bring pressure and they block it. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. And he will score.
Oh, my
Touchdown,
God, I love this.
Kansas City in for the score. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
Partners, you well know every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
Extra point safely through, and that'll make the score 14-7.
So 5-minute quarters. So keep in mind, not even a minute has gone through yet.
For a touchdown. What an exciting play. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Honestly, proud of this guy.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Drake. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This is just pain early on.
They're trying a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Faking the give to Drake, now Rosen.
And a fucking interception. I fucking love it.
Picked off at the 46. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
Oh, that's
that
amazing.
one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 25-yard line.
Oh,
first play of the drive there is incomplete. Trying to go back to Watkins, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, I wasn't going to try
An incomplete pass
right
leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of
yeah, I
scrimmage.
fucked around and got Hunt again.
Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. And it's complete to Kelsey.
Fucking
The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play,
remember
that's
how I
exactly
got
what they
him. I
talked
think it was
about.
just
Let's make a
creative
play. Let's get
profile.
off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down, almost back to the drawing board.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
So now here in the 2nd week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle.
And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Willie Snead.
I think I like completely fucked up their roster with the players. So I have, like, I wasn't paying attention in the first playthrough of the season, so I think I lost. Yeah, I did lose though, and the fucking Titans picked them up.
20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. 2nd and 6 just inside the 30. They'll run with Drake. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Oh, fuck. It was the away game, I think.
Off the play fake.
So I
Here's
know
Rosen.
that next season
Pressure comes and down goes Rosen. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
What you call it? Chiefs slid the Saints and the Dolphins this upcoming season, but I'm pretty sure they're both away games.
This defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. On the return comes Cobb.
Ah, damn.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10.
And also, whoever had the audacity to add me to a
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield, here's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
Yellow.
Who wins 3 rushing attempts? Okay. I'll fucking feed into your delusions, Hunt.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Inches. Oh, you motherfuckers.
On 2nd down, it's Hunt, and this carry not as productive.
Oh, they fucking injured me.
At the line of scrimmage. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game.
So pissed.
We'll be right back. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Bruce is fucking
first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that 1st. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On the ground, this is Williams. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football.
Alrighty.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our 1st half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Now, they went draw play there on 3rd down around the goal line. Something you normally like to see, Charles?
Oftentimes, people are prepared for a pass in this situation, so the draw is a good call, but it's better when you usually have a lead blocker. If you don't have a fullback, you can use your H-back to pull in front. Sometimes you pull a guard to get out in front. Maybe it's your tight end, but they find a way to create a little bit of extra space. A bit of a surprise down near the goal line, but it was effective in this situation.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken about the 12. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Nelson Aguilar and company getting set to go again on offense now. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe you go to some jet sweeps. Anything to
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. From the corner, it was Kendall Fuller with a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On 3rd down, Drake. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
Let's see if I can block
talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up this weekend in the NFL. In our game, still a lot to keep an eye on. Guys battling, trying to make a ball club. We'll send it back to two guys already on our team. That's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Alrighty. Sorry, I'm trying to cram my fat face. Alright, cool.
Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Again, it's Balaj.
Nope.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed.
Oh, shit.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him.
Oh, fuck, I hit the wrong button. Shit.
In for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. 56 yards. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead. Obviously, the scoreboard right now is not the friend of this rookie quarterback. But, hey, a touchdown pass there maybe builds a little confidence.
Every rep is valuable when you're a rookie. Every time you step up and throw the football, there's a lesson to...
Oh, this is blocked. Oh, the Chiefs have got it. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. He's at the 40.
31-6.
20, 10. And he takes it all the way back. And this crowd can't believe what they're seeing. Things go wrong even after a touchdown in this one. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Oh, yeah,
right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And he almost intercepted it.
Yeah, that
they haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
I'm going to cry.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback when he delivers the ball.
They're going to look to throw. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So that changes things
I
a
have like
bit.
my
Here's a
fucking
1st and
drafting
10 all
shit
the way
on
down
like
at the 35.
automated, so I have no idea
Back to
who the
throw
AI
here.
decided to choose.
Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First down for the Chiefs, solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety,
face mask.
it makes it tough to defend.
Foul, face mask, defense.
Yep.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. 2nd and 5. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Charles Clay is tight end, the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
He's gonna like whiff that to his fucking tight end.
He'll look to throw. Open man is Higbee, the tight end.
What am I?
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there's an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each zone.
He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Byron Pringle there to make the grab as his guys continue to pour it on. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, oh, okay, forget the field goal. That looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
So that drive consumes 9 plays all told, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Marks. They'll have a 1st down past the 40. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Back now in Miami. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Here we go, D.
On 1st and 10, Marks. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki. 3rd down here. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Marks.
Let's
and now another
go,
turnover
baby.
as this one's intercepted. Picked off by Armani Watts. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
On second down, Williams. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Flying in to blow that play up, Alex Okafor.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now a man open down the middle of the field.
Go with that challenge.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
That one good for 13 at a Dolphin first down. On first down, Marks. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete.
God damn.
Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Bullock's kick is good.
I ran into the kicker. God damn
Hang
it.
on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
Roughing the kicker called on 4th down. What a big break. Leads to a 1st and 10.
Oh, shit. That's very close.
Back to throw. Marks. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Timmy Jernigan with a sack. Looking to throw. Marks. And his throw here's incomplete.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Off the play fake. Marks going to throw deep for the end zone. And incomplete, almost intercepted. And a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So that one will be accepted.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Automatic first down.
Automatic first down. Let's see that field position.
The roughing the kicker called on 4th down. What a big break. Leads to a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Marks throwing for his running back.
Fuck, I dipped around too
And he
much.
will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top 2 options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route. Worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? What a lot of offenses say, touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get one more and they make their decision off of that. He went through 3. That was impressive.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on the roughing the kicker call.
Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defenseless position, and he just gets taken out.
So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted.
I'm going to go.
Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner.
Right,
you and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Oh, my God.
It was Braylon Speaks getting home to the quarterback that time.
Fucking 2
They'll run here with Balaj.
Like what?
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17.
Holy shit.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts.
3rd and forever.
As they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, eat my dick.
And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. I'm sure as a rookie, even though this is preseason, Charles, interceptions, you got to eat at you quite a bit.
They certainly do, but here's the problem that he's confronted with. He's not the high draft pick. He's not seen as the next guy. He's got to prove himself to everyone and get noticed. So maybe instead of taking the safer throw, you press it a little bit. Try to push it downfield, try to fit into a tight window, and sometimes interceptions result.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these 2 teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports.
Amazing.
From South...
They want to actually train. The first 2 preseason games they just gave me shit. I already had gold medals on. I've been drinking the same iced coffee all day, and it's 10 o'clock. I should not be drinking coffee, but it's fine.
Fellas, we've got to have a great practice today. There's no other option. We've got 17 weeks, we strap it up and we get better each week.
17 weeks to fucking stomp everybody in our path. Noted. I don't care. This is literally the easiest practice I've ever had. Fuck. I whiffed that bitch. Yeah, can you not, Brittany? Fuck. Oh my god. Imagine.
Yellow,
Defend your gap, yada yada. They play like the same 3 songs on this game, even though it has a larger playlist than 3. No, fuck. Oh, that was straight dick. Shit. No, that's a gap. Stop out. God damn. I hope I don't injure one of my fucking players during this shit. I'm just destroying this man. That's kind of sad. Let's go. decent amount of XP for that shit. Every time I see David Morgan, I just have to hit that nut button.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is preseason football on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Atlanta Falcons. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, it's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Atlanta Falcons. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit, CD, at week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
What do I want to do? Oh, shit.
Hey, ready, blue ladies. 525. Check box 50. Here we go. Here we go.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. All right, let's look at the offense. Devontae Freeman, this is a guy that you wanted to talk about, so take it away.
Brandon, have you seen a running back play with such joy as well as such fury? I love the way he runs the football and attacks defenses.
Yes.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun, Ryan. Throw complete to the tight end, Morgan. That throw good for only a couple that brings up third down. And let's take a look at the defensive starters for Kansas City.
Tyrann Mathieu has a cornerback's build with safety skills. The Honey Badger knows where the football is.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
Let's go, buddy.
So here are the Chiefs now under their veteran head coach, Andy Reid. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes now on first down. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 30. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 56 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 21-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack. Well, it was second long, now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Third and long. It's Ryan. And he's going to go down again.
Shit.
The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniels in for the sack. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
I am taking ass.
Here's Ryan Allen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now Cobb to return.
Ooh, what's the shit?
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing in the East of Turkey.
It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Wow. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. Fights free yet again. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Kareem Hunt ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it.
We play to win.
A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the third quarter, if not all the way through.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the third quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the fourth quarter.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. On third down, Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
They go play action here on first down. He uncorks it for Snead. It's caught at the 10. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big play there for KC. 56 yards. They'll try and run for it on first and goal.
Oh my God.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. Second and goal. On second and goal, the lone man in the backfield is Hunt. He'll get it up the middle. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Kareem Hunt on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it? Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays, and kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And that will wind up just short. He had it online. It ran out of gas at the end. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it could be much better than...
It's caught at the 10. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big play there, Mahomes to Watkins, 46 yards. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
No, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So two thoughts come to mind. One, get some oxygen. You can fill up your lungs a little bit. And number two, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Kareem Hunt on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And that rushing touchdown is fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Butker now to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And back onto the field now comes Devontae Freeman. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Well, that second down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A good return there, 17 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
See if I can get
13 seconds, the time remaining in the half as they come up on first down. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
You gotta go right here. You gotta play big.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run.
I'm just being petty.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And an alley to run. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. So, boy, that's already the 3rd they burn here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the 4th quarter. Our starters likely to be out there for the 3rd quarter as we get back underway in this 2nd half. Fielded about a yard deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys. Be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Yeah, but like I'm actually hot garbage at the game. This is
they go play action. Now Mahomes. He uncorks it for Snead. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong.
If you had joined earlier, you would have seen me
now
throw an
they face a
interception
3rd
to the
down.
Dolphins.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Mahomes to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is taken in at the 5. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Toward the pylon, caught. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
No problem there on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
I never saw you as a Madden person. No offense.
Well, it wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers.
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
I also have 2K downloaded, but we don't talk about that because.
On 2nd and 9, Ryan. Will be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
And he got fucking
sacked and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And this will depend on the spot.
If you ever want to play a friendly game of 2K, I am always down.
10-yard line.
Oh, dude, like,
let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Mahomes gives to Hunt. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep left sideline.
What the fuck was that?
Incomplete.
Oh my god.
Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Let's go, boy. Let's go.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down. Now, I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. 23 yards on the play.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. From the 36, Mahomes. It's complete to Snead. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A very solid gain of 27. They have the nice cushion. They
did.
Pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people point...
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Oh, my heart.
From 3 yards out,
man.
as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. The extra point up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. A 10-play drive that time, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown.
Coming back, but like, you know.
That's fielded in the end zone, and he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
7 yards there on the first down screen play. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ito Smith that time, and it's 3rd and short. The Falcons on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw.
Yo, what the fuck are these throws? 4th.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. That'll go down as an 84-yard punt return as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Oh, those things are so
like that
satisfying.
Kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. Butker on for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, it's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there. Well, this is a touch cruel here. They've got the big lead. Now they're going for the jugular with the onside kick. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it.
I'm not doing an onside kick because I want to recover
Punt
it.
return touchdown is good stuff.
Yeah, punt return touchdowns, they just hit a certain spot in the soil.
Now Ramirez on 1st and 10.
Damn, I fucked up that sack.
Gets it to Meredith
that
complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Ramirez. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Ramirez now. Throwing again. Open his pass. That's complete.
Wow.
Let's go!
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride.
Yeah, they do hit a certain spot in their soul. But how you missed the sack.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Back to throw.
Damn.
Ramirez.
Oh,
and that
I'm
is
not holding them to 0.
Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Oh, the Chiefs have got it. Look at the big man rumble. He's at the 50.
My 2
the
points.
40. Past the 20. 10, and he takes it all the way back. And this crowd can't believe what they're seeing. Things go wrong even after a touchdown in this one.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus,
a field goal or a punt making the team into my chest because I just want to know how much that fucking hurts.
They're set to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards
Okay,
deep.
now that is even more satisfying.
Yes, sir.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe. They're just looking at it from a fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
So now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking again for Kelsey there on that play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Kyle Sherman.
He'll drop to throw. being chased out left. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
All right, now we got Williams actually on the field.
On 3rd down, here's Williams.
Clear that gap.
And boy, he did all he could, but he's going to finally be stopped a couple yards short of the first. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Andy Reid, some say always unpredictable, and here he says, we're going for it on 4th down. They run. It's Williams. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
It's only 11. Shit. Fucking Buckers at 80 overall.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last
got
one.
My boy, Mr. Pat Mahomes. Love it.
Fellas, we're not done yet. We still got more practice to go. We've had a good week so far. Let's make sure.
Yellow, 480.
Come on. I'm highly favored. Don't wanna blame me. No conversation. Ain't got time for no debate.
Yellow,
It's for the taking. No hesitation. Don't try my patience. Come on, boy. I won't force it. Boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bed.
Fucking just crushing the man.
480.
Oh my god.
Tom Brady is better. Emoji blowing kiss.
But did Tom Brady make it to the Super Bowl this year? I say as they made it like a fuck ton of times. I'm just gonna sit here and gloat that the Chiefs made it to the Super Bowl for like ever. Oh, no, stop him. Oh my god. Holy shit. Well, if I fucked that one up, I'll teach you it. Yep, got a touchdown that time.
I don't need to.
I will not crash. They will not stop me. Tempo, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky. I do my dance, jump in the stands.
Yellow.
Man,
Arjun
I do
Willie.
with hands.
Right side.
Guard me. I ruinate. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on. Smash.
Y'all damn sure had an impressive run and an even better victory in the Super Bowl, so no hate here.
I was watching the mic'd up version of the Super Bowl. Fucking Garoppolo was sitting there saying that he's gonna be back with a vengeance. And I'm like, bro, it's not our fault that you just fucking choked so hard.
Starts right here on the practice field. I can't stress that enough. You all know we have lofty goals for this season.
Speaking of the Niners,
Stop me, tempo, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, I'll deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on.
Yay, pretty much lol.
Gas, I will not crash. 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best because I am. There's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey, or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach regret even letting them stay in the game. Team around took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just try not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. Take off, move, magic. Don't watch me juice through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Put in the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is preseason football on EA Sports. On tap is what should be a pretty good matchup between the New York Jets and the Kansas City Chiefs. With that, we're off to Arrowhead for the call from Kansas City. We'll hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. Well, first opened way back in 1972. There's a look at Arrowhead Stadium, part of the Truman Sports Complex here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm Brandon Godden. As always, by my side is Charles Davis. So the final tune-up for the regular season, and probably not going to really see much starter action out here in this one.
You're right. Not much in the way of starters, key veterans, key backups, but the guys who have to make the team, struggling for those few spots that are open, we'll see them the entire time. But you and I both know this as well. There will be a surprise cut or two from guys who didn't actually play in this game tonight thinking that they were safe.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Arrowhead. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. On first down, Darnold. And right away, he lost the football.
And he goes back. Jesus Christ. A loss of 15
yards. Plays like
yards.
this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage.
Yes, I'm playing a rookie because I'm hot garbage. I thought I said that.
You know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
I did my first season on All Madden.
Yeah,
and
in that situation, dropping it would have been better.
God, that was actually, I did my first season on All Madden playing as the Dolphins.
Although they won't get the same credit.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress.
And, well, in case you didn't know, the Dolphins are hot garbage.
An interesting way to start this ball game.
Playing on All Madden
drive of the game and you go
as the Dolphins,
all the way into your own end zone.
Guess it kind of makes you
never
wonder what else
a
we
good
might
idea.
have in store here in this one.
Like,
so free
honestly,
kick situation
it made me
forthcoming from the 20
my own
as they'll
team.
punt this one away.
We got this.
So here are the Chiefs now under their
Oh,
veteran
I'm
head
sorry.
coach, Andy
Didn't mean to
Reid.
sound like an
Leading
asshole
this
if I
unit
did.
will be the big arm man out
Oh,
of
no, you didn't
Texas
sound like an
Tech.
asshole.
10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes. So they'll come up first
I
and
was
10
just
now
clarifying
from
to,
the
like,
33.
anyone else that was also watching that,
Go play
I'm
fake.
actually not good at the game, no matter how much it seems.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out, you see, and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted. Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, of that marker.
We can do it.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They do go for it. It's Mahomes. And he's got
fucking Willie Snead, bro.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt.
I fucking hate running RPOs.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down now, it's Hunt. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And it's 3rd and short. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They can eat my dick.
They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down. A toss play to Hunt. And he won't get there.
Well, that was a major fuck
stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Kareem Hunt stops short of the sticks. And the Jets are going to get the football back. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he's going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Where the fuck did Clark come from, bro? Yo.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
Cut it left. Hey, 4 down.
A first carry for Trenton Cannon. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
I'm going here.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And that will be incomplete.
The first backup quarterback is whiffed.
By the way, as we expected, most of the starting units out here in the 2nd quarter. So get your 2 deep, your 3 deep, your 4 deep ready for this one.
If you have a particular favorite who wasn't a high draft pick or is an undrafted free agent trying to make the team, this is the time to watch him play and give it his best shot. Because most of the starters, you're exactly right, they'll be out of the game watching the rest of the way.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now here comes Kansas City. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
Sure.
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. Let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here
really
if they
shitty
get
this
to that
game.
spot.
So
On second down, it's Williams.
Never mind.
He'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. The Chiefs on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
I can feel it.
They'll look to throw here. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Hey, a sidebar worth noting is that preseason cuts have changed. So week 3 that we're in right now, the preseason, I think, what did you say, the roster's going to stay at 90 instead of going down to 75 this year?
That's exactly right, Brandon, because in the past, just what you said, this game here, at the end of week 3, or game 3, you would cut the roster down to 75 and play game 4 just like that. In this case now, though, they're going to be able to keep guys all the way through. So guys who would normally not have a chance to finish out the preseason, they'll get that chance now and get more opportunities to get on tape.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right, the social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense.
The 2 open guys,
you don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe some explanations.
On second down, this is Cannon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they will jump out in front here with a very unusual scoreline of 3-2. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
And out come the Chiefs now. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on 4th down tries. They're trying again. They'll set up to throw. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down and a 21-yard gain. Now back to throw. Net open, that's Byron Pringle complete. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Off the draw, here's Williams. And he gets it down to the 32.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Got an open man, it's Pringle. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On second down and 4, Shermer. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to kick. Touchdown, Chiefs!
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
And that is caught for the 2 points. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The New York set to take the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
He's so pissed. He's so pissed.
A boost here to start the drive after the penalty. It's 1st and 5. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Fulton gets it to his running back, Cannon. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
70, Indy. They've got tight left, watch tight end, watch tight end. Key to tight end.
On 3rd and 2. Fulton nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's the Jets punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Pressure comes as he gets this one away. Pulled in at the 24.
What's the flag?
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker.
Oh,
Defense.
eat a dick. What?
Yeah, that hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, here's your bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we are halfway through here in the final week of the preseason. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
In our game, the starters are long gone, but still some intrigue to see guys trying to make a late roster push as we get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Oh my god, that my fucking system sounds turned on. That was dumb as fuck.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football.
I'm gonna call it a night.
Fielded about a yard deep.
Damn.
Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Let's go.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you termed that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. They'll run on first down.
Oh, fuck.
It's Williams.
Shit.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding up.
That's caught inside the 20. Over 30 yards there, and first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now Williams. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
54.
Now on second and 13. Shermer buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. Nice stiff arm.
Underused, but still effective.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Back to throw here. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the... Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
To throw again on second down. Falk nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Suck my ass.
There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Officially 91 yards on the punt return. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
Let's just call that play what it was. Bold, dashing, daring, and a big-time return for a touchdown.
Fielding a punt inside the 10. Most coaches, they frown upon that, don't they?
They really do. I do know some special teams coaches who say, okay, I'll let you go to about the 8, and you're right in that gray area, and he made that play work in a massive way.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6.
That was satisfying.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The New York set to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. We're back now in KC. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now on 2nd and 13. Falk. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue, his 2nd sack of the night.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Here's the Jets punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Taking it about the 36. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And this offense set up nicely with what looks to be a 1st and goal right around the 10-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given them a jersey, but a seat.
Oh, this ball's tipped and intercepted. What the fuck was that? Picked off inside the 5. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Clay, the intended receiver. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter.
Oh, I'm so pissed. What the fuck was that?
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Timmy Jernigan in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing them second and a bundle. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. So a failure there to get rid of the football. I don't know in the end that it's going to matter.
Yeah, sorry, we don't take kindly to getting fucking intercepted in these parts.
It may not matter a ton with the deficit that's already there, but like my old coach used to say, it sure ain't going to help.
That doesn't help indeed.
And look at that.
And now off to the races, down the right side.
Oh my god, that was beautiful.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Damian Williams. 81 yards. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs, as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
One more time, it's Cannon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Falk now, a first down throw. Open man there is Malone. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. They'll run on first down with Cannon. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Okay, but I wonder if it, like... Let's see here. Injuries, medical center. Oh, it's... Fuck! That sounds painful. Fuck that. Like, it's not broken foot or anything.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run again with Cannon. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
50, plant. Strong right, strong right, strong right.
It's Falk out of the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
And Lobo. Get him, get him, get him. Big Griffin.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
Then when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. They'll run it with Williams. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the other side of the field. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
And there we go. That's all right.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It was really nice to watch in the second half.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs victorious here, as we say so long from it.
But oh well. Zero players are updated. Okay.
Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden league. His team is off the hook and you don't really want none. But if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some. But you ain't bad enough, so you can't take them. I'm Big
Make it to the Super Bowl.
And I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll it when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, I get it.
The 0 touchdowns. Yeah, okay. Well.
I got cleats on my feet, jersey on my back.
Alright. I'll see y'all around. Deuces.